Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Arun. Today in this session, we are going to explore more on like how you are going to build a first web application with a Spring Boot. The prerequisite for this course is like you have to know some basics of Spring framework and as well as some basics on Java. So before going to that, so why Spring Boot? So earlier when using this Spring framework, you need all the dependencies like a Spring framework, web framework. Let's say if you want to build a REST API, so you need a Spring framework, you need a Log4j, Spring Web, and Starter, test. So everything you need to build, and also versioning. Versioning also you need to manage it. So there is a lot of dependency on the pom.xml. You need to manage the versions. You need to manage all the jobs in your pom.xml. So, but in case of Spring Boot, it gives everything as a package. This is one of the reason, and also the second reason would be like it is easy way to build the application. Everything is pack ready and is a best and easy way to start and speed up our development and focus only on a business logic. If you want to implement JUnit test cases, Mockito, so you need to import all JUnit relevant stuff and Mockito jars and manage the versions. So it is difficult for in a configuration. I think we need to spend a more time on the configuration rather than spending on actual business logic. And the second thing is web.xml. So web.xml, you have a dispatch servlet and you configure the servlets inside it to map this servlet configs. So it does all the configuration. You don't need to do it in a Spring Boot. So everything is built in. Yeah, here is a web.xml and it has a dispatch servlet, so you need to configure it manually for each application, and also have a non-functional requirements, do it auto configuring. So it means like provide your dependency and auto configure your whether this components are scanning automatically or not. So this all has to be implemented, and also logging, error handling, explicitly. It's there is no defined error handling mechanism is that we have to do explicitly define your own way of doing the error handling and monitoring. So all this has to be implemented for not for a just single application. It's for every application you have to be do when it's before releasing into the production. So better. So that's why the Spring Boot into the picture. So it's a Spring Boot provides all the features as as a package. So this the latest version right now has a Spring Boot 3 and a JDK 17. So we are going to build the application with the Spring Boot 3 and the Java version 17. Let's start a new Spring Boot application. So it is start.spring.io is a site. Select so Java Maven. So select the latest version of the Spring 3.0 and give some appropriate name. So my demo. Okay, so these are artifact name and it has part of the pom.xml. So jar and Java 17. Okay, and dependencies. So I would like to create a web application. So Spring Boot. Let me see. Yeah, Spring Boot's web. So it has a RESTful application. So MVC. So I'm creating this. click on generate resources. So jar file will be created. So this is very easy. It has all the packages. Let's let's import this project into our Eclipse. It started importing it. File, import. It's a Maven project, so select existing Maven project here. So this is the one we have selected and explore. Extract the jar file. Finish. Yeah. It's created. So there is some problem, so we need to fix it. So this looks like a Java build path problem. We'll fix it now. Libraries, we can't find it, so edit. So just try to select Java 17. So it's a JDK 15, but we have taken Java 17, so that's the conflict. So let's add Java 17 here, Java 17 here. Yeah, it has a 17. Select 17 here. Apply, and close. Finish. Still JDK problem. Yeah, we can. Yeah. Yeah, no 17 now. So all sorted out. You can check here whether everything loaded. Yeah, so everything loaded here. It's the main application. Test folders and Movendet and Pomlet XML. Java 17 Spring version here. On plugins, starters test, Spring Boot starter web. So whatever the required is there available in Pomlet XML. So we'll try to run it now. So it by default it is embedded as a Tomcat. So let's see whether the Tomcat runs or not. Yeah, here. This the default port is 8080. We have not defined any context path. It started application in 13 seconds. The process. So it means it's running. So by default, the Tomcat is embedded into this Spring Boot. Okay. So we are going to build sample web application now. I'm going to change the package to make it as simple, like com.employee demo. So it's reading. continue. So the next step is I'm creating a new package. Controller. Now I'm going to create a new class. Employee info controller. Now I'm going to create a method. Returns string. Right now I'm returning string. So in the coming session we're going to implement this object, how you are going to create and how you're going to return the object. Okay, so and you need to define the URL. So like just generally the URL like local host and port number, it's running 8080 default. So HTTP host and give the name display. The same name will be giving it here, request mapping. The same name you will be giving here. So this name should match. And import is annotation. So we have put annotation here and map this name to the URL. Start the server now. Yeah, still it's not finding it, and no, still it's white label error page. It means that it's the URL, it's not able to find this proper URL. And the Spring Boot, as soon as you're looking for a controller or a component, the component is a root class, and as soon as this main application, the main application start, it look for a controller and then service. So it doesn't have the controller. So to notify this class as a controller, we have an annotation called controller. It's a class annotation. So the org.spring framework web bind annotation. Sorry, not this. Sorry, this is stereotype controller. So it's notifying that this class is a controller. Now I go to stop and run it again. still not able to identify the URL and not able to call the controller because it is looking for a view. So it's a calling the controller and looking for this mapping and looking for a view. So it doesn't not finding the view. So as soon as the request mapping identifies the method and calls the method and look for a view, it is so for that we have a annotation called response body. So because of this annotation will tells that the information should be present on browser as is part of annotation. Annotation will take care of it to return the body into the browser in the to the client. Save. For a safe side, I'm running it again. Yeah, it run. So yeah, it's calling the request body method. So I can put a debug here and yeah, switch to debug here. You can debug. So this is our this is actually the evidence that is calling this mapping and returning the employee information here. So in a next session, I'm going to show the how you are going to create a REST controller with a post request, get request, how you are going to invoke from Postman service. So we'll see you in the next week. Thank you.